Hey everyone, my name is Abhishek and in today's video we are going to create this UI morphing animation in After Effects without using any third-party plugin. So let's see how to make this. Alright, so I'm in After Effects and let's begin by creating a new composition. Let's call this one main. Width and height will be 1920 by 1080. Frame rate 30 fps, duration is up to you. You can pick whatever you want. Just click on OK. Now here we have our composition. Now let's begin by creating a new solid. So here we have this. Let's apply some nice colors to this. So for that, let's search for 4 color gradient. Let's drag it onto this. Now for the colors, I'm going to make all of these really dark. And let's pick one of this and let's make it blue for now. And I'm going to drag it all the way down here. Perfect. So here we have our background. Now let's begin by adding our shape for the UI. So let's select the rounded rectangle tool and I'm going to set the fill to white. Stroke, we can set this to 0. Now just simply click and draw and it will make this shape. Search for size parameter. Let's uncheck this value and I'm going to set this to 550 by 750 so that we have this UI look. Now we can also add some roundness to the corner. So let's set this to, let's say 70, or let's set this to 50 for now. Perfect. Let's align it in the middle. Now before we continue, if you want to make professional SaaS animations like these for clients and earn money from it, then I have uploaded a full 2-hour long masterclass on my Patreon page. In that I have explained each and every step from scratch. So for example, understanding client requirements, storyboarding, animation, sound design, everything. So if you want to polish your skill and want to earn some money by working for real world clients, then this masterclass or course is for you. So it's available right now on my Patreon under the expert tier. So you can watch it right now by clicking the link in the description. Now let's continue. Now first we are going to animate the base layer and after that we will proceed on adding different elements to it. So let's select this and I'm going to animate it using the size property. So let's add a keyframe. This is going to be our final position. So I'm going to move it a little bit ahead. And in the beginning, I want it to be somewhere around here. So this is going to be our initial stage. Let's set the stroke to none. We don't want to see any stroke onto this. As you can see, it is being morphed into this layer. We also want to add a little bit of rotation to it so that it makes the animation look more natural. So let's add a keyframe for rotation and somewhere in the middle we can tilt it a little bit. And let's go to the end and I'm going to set it back to 0. So we have this animation. Now it's too slow, so we can select all the keyframes, hold on the Alt key and just move these closer. Now you can see it's very flat because we don't have any kind of overshoot or any kind of bounciness into this. So for that we can use an expression. So I'll put this expression in the comments below. You can just copy it. And after that, just go to your After Effects, hold on the Alt key, click on the stopwatch, just paste this expression onto both of these keyframes. And now if I press play, you can see our shape will have a little bit of bounciness. But first let's add more things to it. So I want to have a little bit of anticipation into this so that our motion looks more natural. So before it starts expanding, I want it to contract down. So I'm going to just copy this keyframe and let's just make it a little bit something like that. And also I want to do the same thing with the rotation as well. So before it starts rotating, it will rotate a little bit to the left side. There you go. Now we can select the keyframes, easy ease them. I'm going to just leave the last keyframes as it is and I'm going to easy ease the first keyframes. Now let's go to the graph. Let's select the size and make sure you're using the speed graph, not the value graph. Quickly zoom in. And now over here we can play around with these values. So just select them and I want the curve to be a little bit like that so that the animation is quite fast. There you go. If you want, you can hold on the Alt key, select all the keyframes and move them closer just to give it a little bit more character. Now we can select all of these keyframes and just move them a little bit ahead because we want some room in the beginning. So now we are done with our base animation. Let's start stylizing this. So first we are going to select this and let's just rename this to base and I'm going to change its color as well. So let's make this color. Now I'm going to select this, press Ctrl D to duplicate this. Let's add some strokes to this And on top of this we can just change its color. Let's set this to black for now. And on top of this we can change its stroke fill to none, and we only want the stroke. So just click on stroke, and we want it to have a little bit of gradient, so I'm going to select the linear gradient one. Just click on OK. Now let's go inside this. Let's increase the stroke amount a little bit. Let's go inside the content, rectangle and stroke. I'm going to select the starting point, and let's just move it a little bit to this side. If you want, you can move these handles like that. So now we have this outline as well, and it is nicely animated. Let's select this, and I'm going to change its mode to add. Now we can play around with this later on. First, let's start by adding some elements to this. So in the beginning we want to have our text, so let's click and just type whatever you want. In the beginning I'm going to have a text, but it's up to you. You can have any icon or any element that you want. Let's make this white, and now first animate it. Let's add a keyframe for its position, and let's select this. Let's press U. Now in the beginning it will be over here. Now as we are moving ahead, I want this text to move to the top. There you go. But we also want it to be visible only in this region. So for that, what we can do is we can select this layer and change its track matte to this base layer. Now it will hide the base, but we want it to be visible. So I'm going to click on this eye icon as well. Now you can see it will be visible only where we have this shape. Let's select the keyframes, ease them. Change the easing to look something like that. So if I press play, you can see we have this very nice animation. Let's move it a little bit ahead. Now once it goes out of the frame, we want our other elements to move in as well. So for that I'm going to use this image, but it's up to you. You can use whatever image you want. Let's scale this up, and let's add a circular mask to it. So select the rounded rectangle tool, just double click on it, and it will create this ellipse. Double click on this mask, and I'm going to increase its size. So you can hold on the control key and shift key to just expand it. Now I want to move it to somewhere around here so that we have this very nice circle cut out at the edge. Let's select this, press F, and let's feather it out a little bit. If you want, you can like move it a little bit more to the top. Perfect. Now we can select this, and let's do the same thing. So we can change its track matte to this base layer so that the image will be visible only inside this. Now let's quickly place it. Now let's animate the image to move in as well. So in the beginning we want the image to be completely outside. So let's add a keyframe for position. So in the beginning, image will be somewhere over here. As the shape is being revealed, we want it to come down to somewhere around here. Looks good. Now if I press play, you can see our image is coming in too quick. So let's select the keyframes. Let's press F9 to ease them. Now let's change the easing of the curves, and let's play around with the timing of it. I think this is too fast, so I'm going to move this keyframe a little bit ahead. There you go. I think this looks good. Nice. Now we can place it down below this. Let's add some color over here as well. So for that I'm going to select the ellipse tool. Make sure none of the layer is selected. Just click and drag, and it will create this ellipse. Let's set its fill color to whatever you want. Stroke we don't want any, so I'm going to set this to 0. And let's add fill color to this. So just search for fill. Let's drag it onto this, and for this one I'm going to change this to orange. Let's place it over here. Now I want the edges to be blurred out, so let's apply fast box blur. Let's increase the amount. I want this to be visible only in the region, so again we can select this, set the track matte to this layer. There you go. Let's place it down below. Change its blending mode to add. Now let's place it down below our stroke as well. Let's quickly rename this to stroke, and I'm going to change its color as well. Now let's select this. Let's press Ctrl D. This time we can scale it down so that we have this very nice bright highlight. Now let's select this base, and on this one let's apply some colors. So let's search for 4 color gradient. Let's drag it over here. Now let's bring these closer, and this one over here. Now I'm gonna set all of these to a little bit of dark color. So just pick whip and select these, and one of these colors we can just set it to whatever you want, so that we have this little bit of hint of this color in the UI. Now we can add some text over here as well. So select the text tool, just type in your text. Now I've added the text. Let's animate it out quickly. So somewhere around here we want it to start appearing from the bottom. So let's add a keyframe for position, and let's just place it down below. And at this point we want it to be visible. Again, we can change this track matte to the base layer so that it is not visible in the beginning. Now let's set the easing of it. Select this, press F9, and let's change the easing to this. Now play around with its timing. I think this is too fast, so let's just, I think now it's perfect. Now let's stylize everything by adding some really nice glows to this. So for that, let's add an adjustment layer, and on top of this, let's search for glow. Let's select this and drag it over here. Now I'm going to quickly increase the amount, and let's decrease the intensity. Now let's select this, press Ctrl D, and also let's set this to 50, this to 50 as well. Now we are getting some glows in our image as well. So for that, we can just move this image on top of everything so that it won't affect the image, but it will have some effect in these colors as well. Now let's do one more thing. Let's select one of these layers. So let's select this one, press Ctrl D. This one we can place behind our main image, and if I scale it up, and for this one we can change its matte to none because we want it to be visible. Just play around with its size and just place it over here. Now we can play around with the glow. Let's select this, press Ctrl D, and on the top one I'm going to set this to 0.5, and let's just set this to, let's say, 20 or 50. This one we can set this to 0.5 as well, but we can set this to, let's say, 180. This one we can increase quite a bit. Now let's select this shape layer, and we can just simply make it a little bit like this. Now let's add glow on to these individual layers as well. So let's add glow to this stroke. Let's increase the amount. Let's zoom in, and I'm going to quickly select this, press Ctrl D. Just play around with the amount. So I think this looks good. Let's select this base, and I'm going to make it more orange, and let's apply glow to this as well. So just play around with these glow settings till you find something that looks good. So now we have stylized this portion, but we want to stylize the UI in the beginning as well. So for that, I'm going to quickly select these layers, and let's just press P for position. Now let's add keyframe for the colors as well. Let's select this, let's add a keyframe for color. Do the same thing over here as well. Now let's select this, and let's add keyframe for all of them. Let's press U. Now in the beginning, we want these colors, but somewhere around here we can change this one to orange as well. There you go. Now let's select the base, let's press U. Somewhere around here we can quickly change everything. Just move it over here. Now in the beginning we can change its position, so I want it to be on this side, and let's just move it a little bit to the top. Perfect. Now let's play around with this, and let's press S for add scale, and let's add a keyframe. Now in the beginning we can make it really small, something like this, and also let's change its color to blue. There you go. Now we have this outline, and as everything animates, you can see we will have this. Now let's select these keyframes. Let's press F9. Let's add the same easing. Now let's animate these highlights as well. Press U, and in the beginning I want them to be down here, and let's just quickly change their color to blue. Let's pick this one, and for this one let's set this to blue as well. Let's make it a little bit more bright. Now let's animate the colors over the base as well. So let's add a keyframe. Let's press U, and somewhere around here let's just change this to blue. Let's do the same thing for all of these colors. Let's press U and let's move them over here, and in the beginning we want them to be blue. So there you go. Now we have created this beautiful UI morphing animation, and in the same way you can keep on animating this and keep on changing its size and then animating these gradients and colors around this to create a full-fledged animation. So I hope you learned something from this video, and if you want to get the project files, then those are available on Patreon. So if you're supporting me over there, then you can download it from there, and if you're not, then you might consider it, because you will get access to the tutorial project files and exclusive templates that are available only on Patreon. So make sure to check them out. Link for that is in the description. And with that being said, my name is Abhishek, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey everyone, my name is Abhishek, and today we are going to create this beautiful gradient search box animation in After Effects, that too without using any third-party plugin. Now it's a very popular style of animation that you might have seen in the explainer videos. So let's see how to make this. Alright, so I'm in After Effects, and first we will begin by creating a new composition. Let's call this one main. Width and height will be 1920 by 1080, frame rate 30 fps, and duration you can pick whatever you want. Just click on OK. Also for this project we are going to use the 32 bits per channel, so make sure to select this, otherwise